Side-scrolling beat-em-ups are almost a lost art, and in our opinion, they're overdue for a comeback. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be reduxing our countdown of the top 10 side-scrolling beat-em-ups. For this list, we've selected the best and the most iconic side-scrolling beat-em-ups of all time, sticking to our usual one entry per franchise. Number 10, River City Ransom. Barf! Okay, so the first best thing about River City Ransom are the awesome Batman-style exclamations that baddies give off when you're pummeling them, including repeatedly yelling "barf" and "wham!" On top of the hilarious graphics and style, River City Ransom is still an insanely fun co-op brawler, and one of the most underrated games on the NES. As one of the first of its genre, River City Ransom incorporated RPG-style character leveling mechanics and an open-ended exploration system, placing it firmly ahead of its time. Number 9, Golden Axe. Golden Axe is a fantasy-themed brawler with lots of magic and mystical creatures. You are tasked with hacking through legions of baddies in an effort to reach Dark Adder, an evil sorcerer that has unleashed chaos upon the land. Golden Axe was an early example of an arcade port done right, with solid graphics and the ever-important co-op mode intact. Plus, the game features a barbarian character known as Axe Battler, who for some reason doesn't use an axe but rather uses a sword. So that's kind of funny, right? Number 8, Battletoads. Battletoads follows two anthropomorphic toads, Rash and Zitz, as they embark on a quest to save their buddy Pimple and his girlfriend Angelica. In case you didn't know, this is probably one of the hardest games ever created, but there's nothing more satisfying than working together with your friend to get past that damn hoverbike level and finally lay the smackdown on the Dark Queen. An additional fun fact is that Battletoads was an early game for Rare, who would go on to create some of the most revered games for the SNES and N64. Number 7, XMen Arcade.
X-Men.
The X-Men, with their varied powers and skill sets, make up the perfect cast of selectable characters for a side-scrolling beat-em-up. That, combined with the unique and awesome 6-player co-op arcade cabinets, makes X-Men a mainstay at the arcades, even to this day. Faithfully recreated characters and tight gameplay made this the ultimate comic book game for years to come. XMen Arcade also features some classic, hilarious localization problems, including when Magneto says,
I am Magneto, master of magnet.
Number 6, Alien vs. Predator.
Time to hunt.
Alien vs. Predator is filled with crazy action, screen-filling brawls, and probably the nicest graphics and sound quality of any old-school brawler. AVP has the honor of being the best Alien vs. Predator crossover ever, and that includes the PC titles and those movies which are best not mentioned. The only problem with AVP is when your friends both pick Predator characters, you get stuck using one of the humans. No matter how many fancy toys the humans might have, they will never be as badass as the Predators. Number 5, The Simpsons Arcade Game. Quick, name the best Simpsons video game. Okay, so assuming you didn't say hit and run, the other thing you would have said is The Simpsons Arcade Game. After Maggie is kidnapped by Mr. Burns and Smithers, the iconic family heads out to get her back, clobbering their way through hundreds of cronies and thugs. The Simpsons is not the first franchise you might think of when it comes to brawling, yet somehow the vibrant animation style and sense of humor works perfectly in Konami's arcade masterpiece. Number 4, Final Fight. Final Fight took the formula established by the games like Double Dragon and improved upon everything with better graphics and tighter controls. Final Fight is difficult, but somebody needs to clean up the streets of Metro City and save Jessica, the mayor's daughter. Final Fight co-stars a giant, muscle-bound professional wrestler, Hagar, who is also the mayor of the city, and that's just plain awesome. Beyond Hagar, Final Fight is chock full of memorable Capcom characters, including Guy, Cody, Poison, and Hugo, who all became mainstays in Capcom's classic Street Fighter series. Number 3. Double Dragon, arcade version. Double Dragon is the granddaddy of side-scrolling beat-em-ups. Hundreds of games imitated Double Dragon, including the sequel, Double Dragon 2. But the original stands out as a great co-op brawler in its own right. The concept is simple. Choose a brother, Billy or Jimmy, and clubber your way through legions of gang members using kung fu and even a few weapons in order to save your girlfriend, Marion, from Big Boss Willie. The later NES port of Double Dragon was immensely popular for home gamers, even though the crucial co-op mode was unfortunately cut. Number 2. Streets of Rage 2. The original Streets of Rage was Sega cashing in on the white-hot arcade beat-em-up market. Though it wasn't a bad game, the sequel is where Sega struck gold. Streets of Rage 2 was the perfect storm of brawling perfection, combining slick animation, spectacular music, interesting characters both good and bad, and one of the deepest combat systems seen in the genre up until that point. Will you be the one to stop the dastardly Mr. X and his legions of street thugs? Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4: Turtles in Time. What happens when you combine two of the hugest sensations of the early 90s, the Ninja Turtles and side-scrolling beat-em-ups? Why, you get Turtles in Time, the most iconic brawler in gaming history. Turtles in Time combines perfect gameplay with the classic goofy Turtles humor and style. The time travel concept also allows for some rad level design. 1 second you'll be beating up dino-riding foot soldiers in the prehistoric age, and the next you're in the far future, fighting Krang on a high-tech hoverboard. Agree with our list? Did we forget any face-pummeling beat-em-ups? For more butt-kicking top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.